right, this is your man, Sir-Earl checking in. Y'all almost didn't get this today. I've been fooling around with this damn laptop computer for the past hour. I gotta go to work, so I do run a business. So, uh, but it's Monday afternoon. Well, late afternoon, 1:30, something like that. Um, so I just wanted to come on here and uh, just drop another podcast. Anybody that listens to it knows that it's pretty much just a general podcast about things that I think and I see that's going on. Um, a couple of things. One question that I have, okay? You're driving, and hey, Tarita, you're driving, and you see these people by the side of the expressway begging for money. Okay, I seen one guy. I was out in Schaumburg. One guy, he got his two kids. They begging, and I got kids I got to feed or whatever. And it's like when I see this, and then when I talk to my buddies, my friends that own businesses, they can't even find workers. It's like people don't want to work nowadays. That's like the toughest problem that people have. And I'm wondering, why the hell are you begging for money when there's so many damn jobs everywhere? You know what I mean? Maybe if you made a left and went to one of them damn stores and got you a job, you wouldn't have to beg for money. So I don't quite understand how that works. You're out begging for money, and it's people out begging for people to come work when all you got to do is go in there and get your job, and you ain't got to stand on the side of the expressway all damn day and beg for money. So that's just one of the things that I noticed. I'm like, what the hell is really going on? People don't want to work. They really don't want to work. They'd rather sit out the side of the road with their kids and beg for money. So that's a new one to me. Also, in this time of year, and this leads into the subject in which I wanted to discuss this morning. In this time of year, we have a lot of proms. We have a lot of people going on prom and things like that. And I'm looking at what happened to the kids. You know what I mean? Women got hair weaved down to their ankles. Guys got dreadlocks hanging in their face. They can't see. They're holding a stack of money, and it looks more like a rap video. And then we question why our youth is out here doing so many disrespectful things. I'm not saying that they got to look this way, they got to look that way, whatever, however a parent chooses to do. But I know my son, my youngest, Cameron is 27, 28 now. And I remember him being at school and asking me, can he get some dreads, dreadlocks in his hair? And my response was, well, if you don't want to have no head to put them on, then that would be fine too, because I'm going to knock your head off. And then his question was, well, why? And like I said, parents do what they want. I'm not telling anybody what to do with their kids. I said, I would rather you look like a prospect than a suspect. I'll say that again. We live in Chicago. And as we all know, our race is always profiled. No matter what you do, you're going to be profiled. I would rather you look like a prospect, than a suspect. Almost everybody you see that's arrested and they do their mugshot, they have dreads. So you're going to be, I understand that's the style, but it was, when I was younger, one thing my mother definitely did not tolerate. If everybody else is doing it, you ain't doing it, And so she was hell bent on you be yourself. You stand out from the crowd. Don't be a sheep, be a leader. But nowadays, it seems that that's the style everybody got it. You watch the prom or graduation videos, which everything on social media now is available, and everybody's holding up a stack of fake money. Um, like you're talking on the phone or you're holding in your hand, like that ain't your money. It ain't even real, and it baffles me. I really think, and this is what my subject is about. Um, I really think as a parent, okay, um, to to tell I put it this way, to tell your child to not smoke, okay, but you smoke every day. Kids, younger people follow what you do, not necessarily what you say. They don't when it contradicts. They don't. It's not gonna go well with them. They're gonna always follow the path of least resistance. And it's what I tell anybody that has kids that one thing I find in this day and era is an enormous amount of disrespect from the youth, and no one dreams anymore. That's what I think is the hardest downfall on society today is that um, kids, no matter what, they are a product of what they see at home. And if you're if the streets raise your kids instead of you, um, that's your fault. I know my mom fought hard. I went through my trial tribulations. I've been through my situations of being locked up and running with gangs and doing all these things, but I always had a mother that stayed on my ass, So eventually, um, those lessons came back around to make me a better person because she stuck with that. So I don't quite understand when I see kids today. I'll set up interviews. Matter of fact, last week I had 3 interviews lined up. Okay, people needing jobs. They didn't even come. They didn't even show up. None of them for the interview. That was unheard of. When I was coming up, you not only go to the interview, you badger the hell out of whoever was trying to hire you every day after that until they hired you. You know what I mean? Nowadays, they don't even care. They don't even show up. And I'm not the only one. I have a lot of people that I know, associates, that own businesses, and they all go through it. It's there's just this disconnect of not wanting the job, or if they want the job, they come through the door and they want your position. You know what I mean? You're the owner, president. They want that. They don't want to start from the bottom. Why? Why I believe it is. Um, we push our kids to go to school and graduate and get a degree, and they come out believing that they're so smart and they're so well liked. I mean, I love my kids to death, but the world don't. The world don't give a damn. So to come into a place and think you're special and you don't have to work hard to get where you're trying to go in that job position, not wanting to start from the bottom, I think that's a tragedy. I think that's a direct correlation to your upbringing. I really believe that, if you want to see an idiot, follow an idiot kid home, and it's an idiot going to answer the door. So I would love to see us getting back to, I mean, if you work a job 30 years and you hate it, and you come home and complain every day about how you hate your job, how you hate life, how you only took that because you had to provide from your family. What do you think these kids are getting from that? That's why we have so many people in unhappy states, because we no longer draw, not me, but as a society, we no longer dream, so therefore we don't teach our kids to dream. We teach them to get a job, make the ends meet, work until you die. Hopefully you get a 401k, and then life is going to be okay. I think that we owe more to our kids than to just live mediocre and raise them mediocre. Therefore, we will always have a mediocre society. And I'm of the adage that uh, the parent take it as far as they can, um, pass it on to the child. They take it, next generation take it, and that's how you grow, and that's how you develop something. We've lost so much sight of that. We've gotten so far away from that um, it's no wonder these kids are out here doing whatever the hell they want to do. Um, they my great grandmother used to always tell me, an idle mind is a playground for the devil. Okay, and we have so many kids that they don't work. They hang out. Hanging out is an idle mind. You're gonna get in trouble every time. So when I look at the generation of today, um, the not caring about their health. We all played sports coming up. That was one of the first things you did after you did your homework and your chores. You went outside to play. These kids nowadays don't want to play. They want to get on a video game, and no, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, but they have accepted to be overweight and unhealthy as a way of life. Why? Because their parents did. And it's not good. I mean, you have kids nowadays that are young adults nowadays that they're 13 and 14 with problems that you used to only develop in your later years. I mean, high blood pressure, diabetes, hypertension, all these things. These are afflicting kids now. Heart disease. They're afflicting kids at 13, 14 years old because of what we're eating, because we're not exercising, because we're not being raised in such a way that our health means anything to us. I know parents who, what up, Steve? I know parents that, you know, their health is for shit. So is it any wonder that their kids' health is going to be for shit? They don't value it. And remember what I told you, kids value what they see. If they see you doing something positive in your life, they're going to follow suit. Matter of fact, one of my guys that just jumped on here, Steve is a Chicago detective. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell nobody that, but he is. He don't look like one though. He look like a wild biker. But I've known Steve a long, long time, and he's a quality guy. And he went on to be a successful Chicago police, and his son followed right in his footsteps. Okay, why? Because he set the example. If he was fat, out of shape, drinking beers, laying on the couch watching TV all day, what do you think his child is going to do? They're going to grow up with those same values or lack thereof. So it's like anytime I see kids out here acting a goddamn fool, I trace it straight back to the parents because they didn't learn that behavior from uh, they learned that from home. And if you were not that kind of person, you're tolerating that type of behavior. I have clients that are teachers, and they tell me they call one of the students' parents to tell them that they're acting up in school. The parent want to come up there and whoop their ass. You know what I mean? It's just the disrespect of what these kids are seeing from their parents. That's why they're acting this way and doing these things, man. It's got to stop at some point in time. And it's like I don't have the solution. I am not a grade A father. I've made huge mistakes, continue to, but I know what side I used to run on, and I know what side I run on now, and I know what I see. There's no accident that those that are of good character raise kids of good character. and they're not out there doing that nonsense. You know what I mean? So, you know, we are our kids' savior. We have to be quality in order for our kids to be quality. They don't do what you say; they do what they see you do. And if you are non-quality, if you don't give a shit about your health, if you don't love the job that you do and you're just doing it because you got to pay the goddamn bills, what do you think they're going to grow up to do? Because that's all they see. So therefore, we don't have kids dreaming. We don't have kids looking for things that they love to do to be a productive member of society. And I directly blame it on the upbringing. I mean, kids do get older, they make their own choice. But the way that it's going now is just so much going on that this is something more than just, this child making up his mind, man. This shit is being instilled in these kids or not being beat out of them. I know, when I was younger, you fuck up, mama get that ass, Um, you know, that's just the way it was then. It's different. So that's just all I want to talk about. Is just let's start trying to produce a better world through our kids. We're getting older. We're all getting older. There's no one that I know that when their birthday comes, they get take a year off. We're all getting older, and it's scary what we're handing off this world to. And if we don't start to think different and get a better grip on it, things are going to get really, really screwed up. America is screwed up anyway, even though it's the greatest country in the world. It's got its problems and things like that, but we're exacerbating the problem by not doing our part as parents. We think because we provide, we're a parent. You got to set example. You have to have them to look up, to aspire, to want to be something that they would love to do. If you ain't doing shit, they ain't gonna do shit. Okay, so that was my message. Catch you guys next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is your man, Sir-Earl, checking out of here. See you again next week. Peace.